Get started?
Yes, indeed.
Alright, everyone, so welcome to the first ever 2018 ITRAD Fantasy League podcast with myself, Justin Bird.
And myself, Matthew Castro, Moretti, that is.
Alright, so first segment we got here for this podcast, we're going to talk about the waiver pickups of the week. So my waiver pickup of the week was Alfred Morris. I'm expecting Morris to have a big game. Breda might be out. Guy's made of glass. Who knows if he'll play? He's been injured the past 3 games. I think it's second or third time he's left the game. He didn't come back this time. Green Bay is ranked 15th against the run. My bad. And no Jimmy G. I feel like that the 49ers are just more open to running the ball. Who do you have?
For my pick, I have Mohamed Sanu from Team X. This guy, the past 3 weeks, 15.6, 19.1, and 17.3. And he has Tampa Bay this week. He's going to kill them. So he's been a good flex player. And, not a lot of people have been using him. I know Ed last week, he didn't start him for some reason, and then he pretty much cost him the game. So that's that. And Julio's not catching touchdowns this year, like always, so that's all the touchdown.
I don't understand what's wrong with him, to be honest. Matt Ryan's just not showing him love anymore. I don't know what it is, but
I don't know. Maybe they're double teaming him, and it's just you can't pass him.
I honestly think it's because they have more options this year. Because when they were double teaming last year, they had Gabriel, but he's not going to be someone. Yeah. But so moving on, we got the game of the week, the lock of the week, and the upset. Who do you have as your game of the week?
Well, game of the week or lock of the week?
Game of the week. First.
Game of the week. My game of the week is actually going to be Kenny versus Simon. Now, I don't know if that's a surprise to anyone.
I see that as a little bit of a surprise there. Tell me why.
You know why? Because Simon's teams got those running backs. He has Zeke and Gordon. They're gonna go off, obviously, but Russell Wilson, right? He's good and all, but Gruden and the Raiders have those games sometimes where they just do good for some odd reason, against the Dolphins. What was that? That doesn't make any sense. And I don't know. For me, Tyreek Hill might be a little bit boom or bust to me, and Jordan Reed is just, I don't know. Last week he was Chiefs.
Jordan Reed is one of my most hated players in fantasy. I had him one year. It was a struggle. One week he'll go off. One week he's injured every other game. Really, I hate players like that. I hate players that are injured. I like the healthy players.
Also, wait. Zeke is also going against Jacksonville, and they're not dumb. Just like the Texans last week, right? No, yeah, the Texans. They figured out the Cowboys' offense. It's literally just play through Zeke. And Gordon is against Cleveland, which their running defense is
that's a good D right there.
Yeah. So plus on Kenny's side, he just has those receivers that are just gonna go off for some odd reason. And Kittle, he's their who else are you going to go to on that 49ers offense?
Yeah. So. My game of the week, I actually got my game, numero uno versus the Philly special. I really think that's the game that has a really high ceiling, points-wise. I mean, I got Watson versus Buffalo, and I just think that momentum they had from that big Sunday night win is going to do a lot for them. Kevin's got Hopkins. I think Watson and Hopkins are going to go off. I got A.J. Green versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has led up the second most touchdowns this year in the passing game, and that's just a defense I don't see doing a lot against him. They have Joe Hayden. Is that their number one quarter? I don't know. That guy.
I don't know. I think he's.
I don't see anybody in that secondary doing anything on A.J. Green. Same thing goes for Buffalo. I don't see anyone in that Buffalo secondary locking up Hopkins. I got Gurley against Denver, who just got lit up by a Jets offense led by Sam Darnold. I think they scored how many? 38 points, was it?
The likes.
And then, also with that Rams offense, Cooper Kupp and Brandon Cooks both got injured last game. So one of them might not play. They're going to be limited, maybe. So I think they might run through Gurley a little bit more than they usually do. I mean, Kevin's got Aaron Rodgers against San Francisco. They're 28th in the league against passing touchdowns. He's got Mixon, who I think is going to have a big game. That's a division game right there, and that game could go either way. Dalton's actually that Bengals offense has been scoring a lot. They
Yeah,
played,
they're under the radar.
yeah, they're 4-1, right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're 4-1. He's got Evans, who's going up against Mike Evans, who's going up against Atlanta. That defense has been horrible these past weeks. They got into shootouts with the Bengals. They let Drew Brees put up 45 points against them. I see the same thing happening. I feel like it's going to be a shootout there. James is back. The lock, though, my lock of the week has to be your game, actually. Brooklyn Trailway versus Can't Hide My Chub. That's yours, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that.
I don't know, because currently, right now, Alshon has a touchdown, so it's the first quarter. He has 8 points already, but I don't know. You never know. This kid doesn't even have a tight end fucking in his lineup. So.
He's broke 100 points twice this season. All right, in 5 games. He's gotten. I feel like he just has no playmakers on that team. I feel like there's just no one that's gonna go off for him really. I feel like, especially with this trade he just made. I don't know what that was.
Questionable.
Questionable trades. Questionable calls from the committee as well. A little bit questionable there.
Yeah, not a little bit, to say the least. I don't know. A lot of it.
Moving on, we got the upset. Who's your upset of the week?
See, alright, this is where I actually have. I mean, I don't know how much of an upset this is, but considering the standings we have, I think Kevin is going to be upsetting. Numero
Really?
uno. Yes, very much so. Because his team isn't bad, it was just the injuries that made him lose the games. Because if Mixon was in and Cook was in, then he has one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
But
that's probably got the strongest running back duo.
Mixon is in now, and, he has Michelle, he has Hopkins, I don't know, like you said, Buffalo's kind of sus. I don't know, Chris Carson's in. They've been running the ball like 50-something% now, like out of all their players.
Yeah, that Seahawks offense is not looking good right now, but they had Mike Davis, right? Was he the one that just?
Yeah, he's some practice squad.
They always have some practice squad running back come up and do something in the game, gets called back down and call another one up.
I don't know. Next man up, 12th man, right?
My upset of the week actually is Team Impala versus Silicon Valley. I think Simon, it could pull this game off. Kenny's getting caught here on a bye week. Kamara's out. Reese is out. He's put up 200 plus, and I think I think is the biggest powerhouse right now, Kenny, in the league. But Kamara's out, Tate's out, Reese is out for him. They all got buys. He's got really no running backs on his team right now that are gonna, I feel like, do anything. But I do think he's got probably the best wide receiver duo in the league. He's got Julio and Thielen. Thielen's put up 100 plus yards in 5 games, I think. He's just been doing work. Simon's got good matchups though, wide receiver wise. I think what it's gonna come down to actually is either Diggs or Thielen goes off because they're playing the Cardinals. So I think whoever has that Vikings wide receiver that's going to go off that game is going to win that one.
I mean, they can both go off, but, I don't know, Diggs might get more attention.
Yeah.
But,
it depends
you never know with those two.
If Patrick Peterson's going to shadow Diggs or play one side of the field or play
Their
both.
defense has actually been playing pretty good, not going to lie. They've been pretty good, but it's just like their offense sucks, so.
Rosen, he showed he wasn't that clutch that one game. But I mean, he's got a lot of more games. He's got room to improve. Not everyone's Baker Mayfield, so.
Or Andrew Luck.
Anyway, moving on, we got power rankings now. I'm gonna share my power rankings real quick. These have been something that have been somewhat controversial in the league these past couple of weeks. Everyone likes to get real riled up about the power rankings.
Especially me.
So at my number 10 spot, I think everyone's got this 10 spot. Can't Hide My Chub coming in at 10. Team's just been struggling to put on points. He's got 1 win on the season. He went full out trade mode these past couple weeks too. He traded David Johnson. He traded today. He traded Jimmy Graham. He traded for Patrick Mahomes. He traded Tyreek Hill away. But we'll see what he could do this week. Number 9, I got Philly
Wait,
Special.
should we go back and forth? Because, we can compare
All
them.
right, yeah, we'll go back and forth.
10, I also have Cam Mitchell, but you can go to 9. 9 for you.
Yeah, that one's just 9. I got Philly Special at 9. He's 2-3. I just think that his team wasn't really looking good with those injuries these past weeks, and I think he's got room to improve. It's only week 6 right now, so we'll see how he takes it from here. He's usually surprising to see him at number 9. Actually, he's a former champion in our fantasy league.
It's not his fault.
Here. But who do you have at your 9 spot?
Number 9, I actually have Simon. Because, listen, he's 1-4 right now, and let's just say if his team doesn't turn it around this week, the chances of him making the playoffs are really slim with 5 losses, which can very much happen. You have him as the Kenny up. No, you have Simon upsetting him, but still, even to me, I think that's a close game, and yeah, he's at number 9. He has 1 win. He should be down there.
Yeah. At my 8th spot, I actually have Simon at my 8th spot. Only reason I have him in front of Kevin is because he's about 100 points in front of Kevin in points for. He scored 100 more points than him. He's also got almost around 100 points more in points against. I think points against has a lot to do with these power rankings. And so that's why I got him at my number 8. He's only 1 game behind Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
See how he does.
Yeah, I have it flip-flopped. We have it flip-flopped. I have Kevin.
At your number 8,
Yeah. I have Kevin at number 8. Only because the people, I don't know. His team just wasn't good for those weeks because of the injuries, but he's going to bounce back, I think, sooner or later.
He's a competitor.
He should be good.
At number 7, I actually have your own Brooklyn Treyway. Now, I feel like you got a lot of room to improve with that team, especially with those trades you just made. You had drafted Bell, he hasn't played. But I have you just a little bit lower because your points for is a little low, 581. Your points against, though, is 750, pretty high for the league. I think that is the highest in the league right now. So
yeah, because of Kenny killing me. But anyway, for me, number 7, I have the commissioner, Eddie Hernandez, and this is because
now there's no bias in that, right?
No, there is no bias in that. It's
just a little love loss.
It's just because I beat his team, and I just think people 2 teams going against each other head to head, that should mean something.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the people he lost to, he lost to Kevin. Kevin didn't have a full team, and he still lost to them.
Yeah.
And his team right now is not looking too hot. I mean, he still doesn't have Bell for another 2-3 weeks still.
Who knows?
And yeah, that's not even. And if Bell goes,
it's 14-3 right now in that Eagles game. I wonder who else scored. Anyway, what were you saying?
Bell might not even come back. He can come back to I don't even know, rumors. Eagles, whatever. Whatever team he goes to might not be the best fit already because 1, he might walk, and 2, that team let's just say the Eagles has 4 other running backs on the team that they're going to use. Like I made before, the Doug Peterson joke, that it doesn't matter who's on the field, whatever running back he has, he's going to play whoever he wants to play on the field. So
speaking of that, Corey Clement did just score. I didn't start him, but it's alright.
That's what I was saying before. I don't even know.
I didn't know. Tim and Smallwood, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to my number 6 spot. Number 6, I got Sheck West Fan Club. This is someone whose team has played pretty well so far. He's 3-2. Starting off the season, he was really strong. Team slowed down a little bit. I think, was he 3-0, 2-0, I think, maybe?
He was 2-0 in that.
He was 2-0. His team slowed down a little bit. But I think he's got Juju. I like Juju a lot. I think his team definitely is making the playoffs for sure this year. Who do you have in spot?
I also have Diego at 6. The same, his team is good. Juju and them, Juju and obviously Cup is out. So, well, he's not out yet, but it's like almost certain.
Yeah.
And after you hear my next rank, I think you'll have more make sense on why I
All
chose
right.
it.
Number 5, I actually have the commissioner. I have suck my dick at number 5. Um, I think that's a nice middle of the road spot for him. His team's not looking too hot right now, like you said. But he's a competitor. He returned former champion last year, so he knows how to play. He knows the game, and I think he could definitely make some moves down the road during
Mhm.
that playoff stretch, especially with Bell. So we'll see what
I
happens
see
there.
him. I have him coming out like the sixth playoff, like the last playoff spot. I
I think
think.
so.
Yeah, I don't think because I don't know. I just don't see him coming in higher than that, considering the teams that everyone else has.
Yeah,
It's just like everyone else has just like stacked already, so like he has to be like Bell has to show up, or else that team is
yeah.
down the drain.
So who'd you have at your 5 spot?
I have myself at number 5, and this is because let's see, like the past two people I named, Diego and Ed. Like I beat both of those two teams without my number 1 pick and my number 2 pick. I also have a way better team than I had the past like 5 weeks. I
Yeah,
upgraded. I know my points for doesn't have a lot of say, but you know, I just think my team's way better than it was before. And when it comes to playoff time and just this week alone, I have like a pretty much certain win. I know I want to say that, but I'm gonna be up.
yeah. At number 4, I have myself, numero uno. I think that's a good spot for me. I think my team has been doing good considered my expectations at the beginning of the season. I was getting a lot of hate for those trades I made. I mean, that trade I made for Rada and Jaguars D has worked out for me. I traded Amari Cooper and the horrible Saints defense. But that trade for Rodgers for Ajay obviously went wrong for me. Ajay just tore his ACL for the season. Next man up. We'll see what happens.
Number 4, I also have you. I mean, you have the third highest, if I'm right, third highest points for. You also hit the lotto, like, low key with Breda.
Yeah,
And you also have
definitely.
Gurley also is just, like, amazing. So, and Cooks is just going to have all you just have all those, like, workhorses on your team.
Yeah,
So, it should all be good.
I agree. Number 3, I got Team X. Honestly, he got a lot of hate as well beginning of the season,
Yeah.
taking Barkley at 1. No one really liked that move. He was said to have, I think, the worst team that someone's
Yeah.
ever seen. I think Diego said. Um, People said it was hard to look at his lineup, and he's 3-2 now. He's top 3 team in the league, no doubt. I mean, he hit the lottery with James Conner. I don't know if a lot of people thought Bell would still be out this late,
Yeah, no one
or that
knew.
James Conner would even do that good. But he played his cards right, and he's winning right now. So we'll see.
For me, I also have Team X, and this is because he did hit the lottery with James Conner, pretty much like his team. Plus Devontae Adams, those receivers on his team are injured. Literally, like last week, their second string and third string wide receiver wasn't even playing. They had some random
Yeah,
Scatling guy in,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he had like 15 points or
Bandana
something.
Scatling, yeah,
Yeah, he had like 15 points, but Adams had like 30 something. And on top of that, even if Bell comes back and Connor like slows down, he still has Mark Ingram on his bench, and Mark
yeah.
Ingram went off
Still,
last year.
Mark Wingham did go
And
off.
T.Y. Hilton's coming back, and he just has the pieces to win it all, pretty much, in my opinion.
Yeah. At my number 2 spot, I have Europetus Tigers. Um, Only reason I know he has the best record right now in the league. He's the only 4-1 team, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where they start off strong in the season, and I don't know. I don't see him really doing that well in the second half of the season. I just don't think that it's there for him. He's got the lowest points against in the league by a lot. He's the only person that has under 500 points against, under 600 points against. Actually, I lied myself. I have 592. He has 544 points against. Now that's a big,
That's
big drop off.
questionable. I
That's a
know.
big drop off between 592 and 544. So his points for is only 671. So I think he's been getting lucky with his matchups so far. I don't see a lot there for him in that second half of the season. I don't see his team doing so good.
Yep, I have him too, and it's just this week's rankings. You know, he has the high record. The points against haven't been there, like literally, like at all. I don't know who he's been playing. Like you should see his schedule. Actually, I'm actually about to pull it up right now. His schedule from now on is Ed, you, Diego, me, and then Simon. That's not easy at all,
Nah.
considering the amount of points for he's had, and I would say a little luck on his side with
I
someone
would
by
say
the
a
name
lot
of
of luck.
James White.
His only loss came to Julian. So I think that's showing you something there. I'm pretty sure Julian only scored 111 points that week when he beat Sonny. So
Yeah.
I think just as the best team in the league, that's not something the best team in the league would do. Losing to
Yeah,
Julian when he
like
only
I
put
said,
up
like we said in
110.
the beginning of the season for drafts, he had his running backs with us. Like his running backs, James White and Marshawn Lynch. I mean, Marshawn Lynch has been good, and James White has been good too. But like, you just gotta see like the people he's been going up against is just he just had to luck
Also,
with the schedule.
Marshawn Lynch, it's been the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. He's old, you know. I don't see him being as productive as he has been.
Yeah, they have that backup behind them too. You know,
Jalen
sometimes
Richard.
I've been watching him. I had him last year, and the Raiders would play games, and in the fourth quarter, Marshawn Lynch wouldn't even be in the game. Like
Yeah.
it would just be Rashard in the game the entire time, and I'd be like, "What's happening? Like, is Marshawn Lynch tired? Is he like? Do they just know? Like when you,
I think they just get
they
down
just,
and they just go in a pass mode and
yeah. Plus,
try.
when you know Marshawn Lynch is in, I think that's why the Raiders don't run the ball because like like it should be Marshawn Lynch running the ball
Yeah.
every single
I
time.
mean, I'm pretty sure they threw an interception at the
Yeah, they
1 yard line
three interception. Like I don't
this
know.
past week instead of giving it to him after Derek Carr said that they'd never pull a Pete Carroll. But, you know. And number one, undisputed, both were number one picks, Team Impala.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 230 something point performance by a team, 238 I think it was. And I don't know how he does it. 238 points. I mean, that's kind of unheard of.
I mean, he did get kind of lucky. I mean, Joe Mixon's not in. He got Giovanni Bernard for some reason. He
Yeah.
drafted him. He also hit the lotto with Jared Cook, and I don't know. He just had some like luck of the Irish, something. I don't know what happened. Some witchcraft. I don't know. But anyway, his team is really good. It's playoff caliber for sure. But I don't know. I
Thielen
don't.
too. He kind of hit the lottery with that
Yeah,
one. Thielen's had over 100
he's,
yards a game. I don't know.
he might be ranked top two. Actually, I don't know. He might be number one.
I think he's the number one wide receiver right now. If I had to guess, I don't know if anyone else has gotten 100 yards a game like that.
Let's see.
Could be wrong
Yeah,
though.
Thielen number one, and he has Julio Jones. But the thing is, I don't think he's keeping the number one spot for the rest of the week. Especially,
I mean, teams are gonna figure it out soon. You know.
the questionable trade he just made today.
Yeah, that trade was Kenny. If you're watching this, I don't know what you saw in that at all. That was horrible trade. Golden Tate has done nothing but perform.
Ranked 11.
These past 5 games. Greg Olson, a top 5 tight end when he's healthy, is coming back in the next few weeks. Traded him for what was it, Will Fuller, and Naeem Hines, who just got announced as the backup running back since
Marlon Mack.
I mean, I'm thinking there's no way he had known that. He definitely did not see that one.
Yeah, he was just close bias in my head. That's what I thought. I mean, I picked up Marlon Mack because he's starting and he should be like the combination of everyone in the backfield. But I guess I don't know. You never know. Maybe Naheem Hines keeps this up somehow, but still, I don't see him starting. I don't know. I wouldn't start him. It's just a risky start, in my opinion.
All right, now finish up those power rankings. Now we got the love-hate taking a little from Matthew Berry here. Not gonna lie. My love player of the week is James Conner. I mean, he's had a little production here and there. He's had one big game, one average game, big game, average game. But this week, playing Cincinnati, that's defense that's 23rd against the run. It's a division game. I think honestly, I love division games because anything can happen in them,
Yes.
especially that rivalry. So I think I expect a high ceiling for points in that game as well. I think that's going to be a shootout. So I think I see Connor getting 25 points, in my opinion. Who do you have this week?
I have Todd Gurley. I mean, just Todd Gurley has been like the best, pretty much the best running back in fantasy the past 2 years. And this week he has Denver. I mean, Isaiah Crowell was running on Denver.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what?
think was
Like
that
what?
the game you ran for? No, 200 yards in that game, or was that a different game?
I don't
Had
know.
to be a different game.
Either way, the Jets just had their way with Denver. Denver's defense has just been looking weird, and if they can do that,
Offense is looking even weirder.
Yeah, the Rams can just have their way. They can have their way with pretty much anyone, but Denver especially, they're just going to kill them. They don't even have a win yet. Denver, that's crazy.
They don't. They're 0.
I'm pretty sure
No
that.
way.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they're 0-4.
That's some shit there. Peyton, I know, is rolling in his Papa John's right now.
Yeah.
My hate actually for this week, I have Melvin Gordon. Nothing against Melvin Gordon. That Browns defense is really strong. They got top 3 defense right now, no doubt. I think they're number 1 against the run. They are number 1 in turnovers, I think. Number 1 in tackles for loss. That Chargers offense is nice. I like it, but I don't see a lot going for them. The Chargers did lose to the Browns back in 2015 to give them their first win that season. I expect this game to actually be a blowout. I think Cleveland's going to take advantage. This one, they're home, and I don't think they're going to disappoint their fans.
My hate this week is Ezekiel Elliott. Like, it's not that hard to figure out like what the Cowboys are doing, and the Jaguars are just a great defense. Like, they're not an idiot. Like, come on now. Like, you know what's gonna happen in like when the Cowboys hit the offense. Like, they're just gonna either who are they gonna throw to? And even if you are throwing, Jalen Ramsey is just gonna clamp whoever is on that.
Yeah.
But like, you see what he did to Tyreek Hill. Like,
I mean, Tyreek didn't have a bad game against him.
Yeah, but no one on that team is even close to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Wide receiver wise. So I don't know. Like, especially last week, the Texans like made a fool out of Zeke pretty much. I mean, he did get 15 points, but that was just like passing and everything. So he had 7 receptions. So like, what are you gonna do? Out of like 15, that's 700 points right there.
Yeah.
Take that away. They're gonna take that away. I hate him this week.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you was about Bell. So you drafted Bell. What pick was it? 3rd pick? Was it?
3rd pick.
3rd pick in the draft. David Johnson was on the board. Kamara was on the board. Julio was on the board. Antonio Brown was on the board. But you took Bell. You knew you took him. Did you think that he was going to come back?
No, I thought he was going to pull his shenanigans like he pulls every year. Like, like he comes back. Oh, I'm not gonna whatever. Blah blah blah. Like almost like how many other players do that?
Yeah.
And then they come back and then they just play fine. Like nothing happened. But this was some other thing, like unheard of thing. Like he had miscommunication with the Steelers. Your old linemen were talking shit about you. Like, come on, like they're blocking for you. James Conner is just going off right now. I think it's just whoever the running back for the Steelers is just going to go off. Like James Conner is good, but like whoever is in that running back position, that offensive line is good. That their passing game is amazing. You have the best wide receiver on your team. Juju has been turning up, so you're just going to be turning up. So Le'Veon Bell, I don't know what happened with him. He just wants his money, and I guess they aren't paying him yet. So don't know what's happening with them. I don't know what's going to happen when he comes back. His old linemen and them have some beef to settle. So
yeah. Now tell me what was going through your mind when you traded Bell away. What was the trade again? It was
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
I traded away Le'Veon Bell. I got Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders and Matt Stafford.
So that was Jarvis, Emmanuel Sanders, and Matt Stafford. Mm-hmm. Now your team has gotten a whole new revamp.
Yeah, everyone. pretty much. Except
So
for
you gave up on Bell at that point? Is that what it was, or you just looked at
yeah, because
you?
in my mind, I was thinking about this. Listen, first of all, I have DJ. At that point, I had DJ because I had traded DJ before that. So I would
What
have
was
had
the trade for DJ?
DJ. It was DJ and Alshon for Chris Hogan and Devontae Freeman. I mean, no, I mixed that up. I got DJ and Chris Hogan. I gave away Devontae Freeman and Alshon. So
So
I had DJ. I would have had Brady, Bell, DJ, Demarius Thomas. I don't even know who else would have started. John Brown and Gronk, and I don't even know. It would have been a mess now that I think about it if this trade would have happened. But then I got so from this trade, so I would have had those two, and I thought this was before he announced he was going to come back.
yeah,
So I was like, I don't know when this guy's going to come back, and even if he does come back, I mean, Le'Veon Bell can just take over the reins, which I think might happen, but at the same time, there's also a possibility that James Conner
yeah. I
still
don't
is in rotation.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
On top of that, if he gets traded, it's just going to be, you never know. It's just a roll of the dice at that point. So
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? There's no way. Oh, and I also got Deion Lewis out of the trade. Deion Lewis, I have 4 players. And Deion Lewis is a top 20 back, so I was like, you know what? And he threw in Emmanuel Sanders. I just see it, like that was the icing on the cake. I was like,
yeah.
whatever, you can have him. Even if he did come back like that week, I still would have done that trade. I don't care.
Yeah, I Jarvis Landry. I like Jarvis Landry a lot. I think he's a playmaker. Always has been one of my
Especially
favorite
Josh
players in the
Gordon's
league.
gone now. Baker, he's been good.
Yeah. Now, after you traded Bell, did you think that he maybe shouldn't have, or were you
Uh,
completely content with that trade?
At the end of the day, it's business for Brooklyn straightaway. So whatever is beneficial for the team is just gonna happen. I mean, I looked out too. Someone I don't even know who dropped T.J. Yeldon. Thank God for them. T.J. Yeldon.
Yeah, that was questionable. That
T.J.
was,
Yeldon. Leonard Fournette. This is what the Jacksonville Jaguars should do with Leonard Fournette. He shouldn't come back till after the bye, in my opinion. This guy has his hamstring. He's been hurting it. He's been playing on it, and that injury is a injury
yeah,
that's going to keep returning if you don't
hamstring's not fun
heal.
to play with.
Yeah, so you have to heal back. So he shouldn't be back for another 2 weeks at least. Now, if that happens, I'll have T.J. Yeldon, which is pretty much in Leonard Fournette's spot, and DJ. So I'm good for right now. And
Yeah.
even if Leonard Fournette comes back, I think Yeldon still gets some rotation. If not, I have Deion Lewis in the back of my mind. So
All right. Well, I think those two trades you did were great trades. I think your team looks a lot better now.
yeah, it's way
So
better than before.
moving on, this is going to be our last segment. We have our pick'ems for the week. Now, first matchup we have is Philly Special versus Numero Uno. I'm not going to bet against myself, here, because I think I have a really good shot. I think I could win this game. I think I have a lot of playmakers. So, he's got playmakers too, but I believe in my players. And my RB2 is going to be the game changer, I feel like, when I put him in.
Surprise.
Yep, it's something that's going to shock everyone. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to shock everyone. But
I mean,
think
you
could
you only have 2 options in this Powell and Chubb, so it would be shocking if you put Chubb in. That's for sure.
Yeah, maybe. Who do you have for that game?
I said Kevin was on the upset for that one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, right
Right.
now he is projected 140, and I mean Aaron Rodgers. I counted this up. Aaron Rodgers, he might go off on this team.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to the Cardinals with Josh Rosen. Aaron Rodgers might just torch that team by himself. Joe Mixon's back. Hopkins, Evans. He has parts of his team back, and I don't know. He can come back in this one. That's my upset though. So it might not be most accurate, but
All right, next game we got Silicon Valley versus Team Impala. I already said this game. I have Silicon Valley winning, and I think you said your pick too, right?
yeah,
That was your game of the week.
yeah. I said
Moving on.
it. Yeah.
Moving on, we got Fear Peter's Tigers versus Suck My Dicka. I have Suck My Dicka winning this game. I think this is where Sonny's team starts losing, to be honest. I don't think that this production, I guess you could call it luck, whatever, for him is going to keep up. Who do you have for that
See,
game?
this is why this is like kind of beneficial. Sterling Shepard is playing right now, and right now, believe it or not, he has 0 points, 0 receptions, and 0 yards. And that's his wide receiver too. So I mean, Sonny might come out with this game. As much as I hate to say it, Sonny might win this game because he has OBJ in and Ertz in, which is two big playmakers. But if they don't go at least over 40 points, then I might win it. But this can go actually either way now, in my opinion. This might be a good game that we're at.
Next matchup, we got Can't Hide My Chubb versus Brooklyn Treyway. We both
Yeah, we
expressed
both
what we
agree
think
on
is going to
this.
happen in that game.
Yeah.
Next game, we have Shaq West Fan Club versus Team X. This is a matchup I feel like it's going to be a close one. It's kind of hard to pick out who's going to win here, but I have Team X taking this one. Just looking at the matchups and everything. I mean, Barkley, I think, has 10 points right now. Game's going on. So, who do you have?
Right now, yeah, I have Team X. Because Cooper Cup might not be in, and Cooper Cup's a big part of this team, like a
Yeah.
major part of this team. And if we want to read up the lineup without Cup in, you have Kirk Cousins, Tevin Coleman, Kareem Hunt, Juju Smith-Schuster, Austin Hooper, Kenyon Drake, Minnesota defense, and Dan Bailey. So I don't know how much I want to bank off that lineup, but I mean, I
Yeah.
have Team X winning. He's a top 3 in the league. So.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. This was our first podcast, so I hope everyone could tune in, watch it. I appreciate anyone that's been watching and watched it to the end. And so, signing out. We'll see you next week.
Good luck, everyone, in fantasy.
Good luck to everyone.